Good day, beautiful people. I hope that you all are doing well. This is just a brief introduction to an Excel spreadsheet that I do to keep track of my many credit cards. As you can see here, personally in my name, I have 19. And then my husband and I have some business credit cards together, and my husband has some credit cards that are just in his name. Now I'm going to be getting back on credit and sharing credit information a little bit more because I have steered away from it a little bit, but anything that I can do to help, I'm going to try to help. But this is just a basic Excel spreadsheet. If you all have any questions or comments while I'm going through this, please leave it down there and I'll try to get back to you. But I'm going to start off with me, and I just have my name up here, as you can see, as Life Has No Niche. And over to the extreme left, I just listed all of my personal credit cards. And after that, I listed when those credit cards were actually opened, all right? So that lets you know your credit age. Now, the credit limit I have next, and under the credit limit, just so you can keep track of your total credit lines, you can just add it up right here. And what you do is you just click on the very last box under all of your totals. And then up here at the top, you're going to just click on auto sum. And once you do that, it's going to automatically calculate it all for you and give you your total credit limits right here. Now, one thing that I have not done, and I will do when I'm off of the live, because this is a different sheet that I'm showing you versus the real one, is also have a column that's showing how much utilization I'm actually doing. So right here, I have my actual credit limit. And then on the next line, I'm going to have how much I'm actually using. Now, here is the interest rate. I didn't write it up here, but that's the interest right there that the card is accumulating. And as you can see, those interest rates can get kind of janky. The best ones I have is actually Wells Fargo, and that's my oldest credit card. I've had that since 2008, and that one is at 13.24%, which is awesome. The next best rate is actually from a bank, or actually it's a credit union here called Proponent. And that's a really good interest rate as well. So another very important thing that you want to list on your Excel spreadsheet for your credit cards is your closing date. Outside of the due date when your payment is due is your closing date, because the closing date is what's going to help you determine how much interest you're paying. The closing date is what they use to calculate how much interest they are going to charge you. So that is one very important thing when it comes to credit cards, is knowing that there are two major different dates. The due date when your payment is due, and your closing date, and that's when they calculate how much interest you're going to be charged for that month. Now, on the next line right here, I have user limit. Now, you may be wondering what that is. And for me, this is very important because I add lots and lots of family and friends to my credit cards to help them boost their credit score. It's called piggybacking, and I have been doing this for years. A lot of the people that I have added, their credit scores have gone over 100 points, 60 points, 80 points. I did this for my son when he was about 16 years old. And when he turned 18 years old, he had an 800 credit score. So you can do this for your children. Some credit cards will let you do this. I definitely did it for my son. And I definitely do it for my family and my friends as well. And it does help them raise their credit score. And again, what's going to help them raise their credit score is how long that credit card has been opened and the actual credit limit. All right. And if you have paid that credit card on time, it will not benefit them if you do not pay your credit cards on time, and if you have not had the credit card for a very long period of time, because they want to see longevity, they want to see responsibility. All right. Now, again, because I do add people on my credit cards, on this column I have whether it reports or not. Some credit cards do not report to their credit report. So it doesn't make any sense to add them if it's not going to report to their credit report. And so as you can see right here for this particular one, which is BJ's, if you follow along on that line, they only report for your spouse. So if I was to add my son or add another friend, it will not report to their credit report at all. And over in this column, I just have some little personal details. I actually usually ask for a credit increase every 6 months or once a year. And so I just note the date that I actually got a credit increase, so I can keep track of when to ask for another one. And sometimes I also note which credit bureau that they pull when you do an increase, because some of them, they do another credit pull on you when you ask for an increase, and some credit cards don't. All right. And actually for this card, I noted that it needs a social security number to report. A lot of my credit cards do not need the person's social security number in order to add them as an authorized user, and some of them do. All right, so I just make a note of that. Now, right here on the next block, and I have it separated by this big red line just so I can keep some organization, are our business credit cards. So we have a couple with American Express, and I have one with a bank here called MF Bank, and we also have one with Chase Bank. And this is our total business credit lines as far as credit cards are concerned. And these are the interest rates that each of those cards hold. Now, so as you can see, I haven't filled all of this in, but I am going to go back later and fill this in. Again, these are the closing dates. I haven't had a chance to do them all, but I will in the future. And really on business credit cards, I have really no desire to add people on those as authorized user. However, we do add employees. We add employees on these business credit cards as users, because sometimes we might have to give them a credit card to purchase something. All right. And let's see, right here, I was actually denied, or we were denied a credit increase back in 2022. So I may go and ask for another one now, because it's been well over 3 years. And that was with MF Bank. All right. And that credit line is $10,000. Now, what you may find is some of these credit cards, they have a limit, and they won't go any higher than what they've given you. And that is the case for my TJ Maxx credit card up here. I have requested another credit limit increase, but it was denied. And I actually need to note that up here. It was denied because they don't give credit limits any higher than $10,000. All right, and down here we have some things for the hubby. All right, and his most of his credit cards are fairly new, and these are the interest rates. That's the total credit line down there. And I put some notes, like this most recent one he got is a 0% interest rate until November 2027. And on this particular credit card, he got an increase on, let's see, January 2023. Yeah. So this is just something very simple and easy you can do to keep track. For me, this is something that I absolutely need to do, because I have 19 personal credit cards, and then we have some together, and then my husband has his own, and I pay, I keep track of, our finances. So for me, I write everything down, and doing this Excel spreadsheet has been extremely helpful for me. And it's also very helpful for me because I add so many authorized users to my credit cards to help boost their credit scores as well. Hi, Hannah. How are you today, sweetie? Do you have any questions for me as far as the credit card Excel spreadsheet is concerned? Let me know if I can help in any way. But yeah, I've been doing the credit card thing, as you can see, since 2008. I have quite a few of them. And, when you have to juggle so many and making payments and things like that, especially if you don't already have it on auto pay, it's good to keep track, put a note in your phone when your payment is due and things like that. But that's basically it. And again, let me know if I can help you all after this live ends. And I hope that this was actually helpful. And you all be blessed.